This is a three-part live pertaining to Puff Diddy and the video that has been released to the general public of an incident that took place at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, California, allegedly March 5th, 2016, with a Cassie Ventura. I'm going to bring you commentary of a letter that her husband wrote. Didn't know she was married, has a child as well. And allegedly he wrote this letter a while back addressing the issues that Miss Ventura had with a then Puff Daddy, Sebastian Rodgers. A lot of bickering going on back and forth, allegations of CCTV footage of the child, him allegedly messaging his grandmother, allegedly Katie's mother, don't know which one. So let me make sure I say that during the live, because a lot of things get distorted pertaining to the Sebastian case and other cases, because people hear what they want and they see what they want. And the last subject matter we're going to discuss is this Jewish couple out of East Tennessee, Knox County. They are filing a lawsuit against a Methodist children's home in Greenville, Tennessee, for denying them the rights to foster and or adopt a child from their agency. Tennessee law states that any private agency has the right to deny a person's adoptions on grounds of moral situation and or religious faith. So the state is saying we don't have anything to do with a private agency denying you the right to be a foster parent and or adopt from their agency. So we're going to talk about that. Church and state, should they remain separate? Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $ began to 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome to the live stream. Three-part live, everybody. Thank you for your time. First breaking news is out of Syria. An American therapist who was detained there more than 7 years ago has died under the conditions. He went there to help aid in people who have been held hostage, detained in Syria. And what is so baffling about this situation is imagine going somewhere to help aid, rally for people detained, American citizens, to only become a hostage yourself. Let me give you a brief synopsis and then I'll get on to my other updates. Thank you for joining me. Lord have mercy, what a hot butter mess. Most of you have probably seen the video pertaining to Puff Daddy. I aired it on my live stream last night. Feel free to go to YouTube Q to check it out. CNN is a good source if you like to. His name is Majid Kamamaz, a Texas psychotherapist, was detained in 2017 at a checkpoint in Damascus, Syria, while on a trip to visit his family. Tragically, he did not survive the brutal conditions of the prisons, enduring 7 long years without a case, trial, or any form of communication with his family, read a statement from Jonathan Frank, spokesperson for BOFH, a group that campaigns on behalf of Americans held hostage or wrongfully detained overseas. He was a kind-hearted, loving, and caring person who embodied those qualities as a son, husband, father, grandfather, brother, and uncle. Kamamaz, a Texas psychotherapist, once again, was detained in, detained in Syria, 2017. He has died. So my thing is this. Why even tell us that he passed away? You've kept him there unlawfully. Allegedly, he wasn't there doing anything nefarious, felonious that we know of. So why did you detain him? But why ask why? Because you're in a foreign country. So this is my advice to anyone traveling. Stay your tail out of that. You can't go to the islands here that are near the United States. You can't go to Mexico. So you definitely should know you can't carry yourself over abroad, dilly-dallying around, rallying, trying to aid as far as doing church work, mission work. Because see, your method, your mindset is not the mindset of those other people. And you can't change them. You can't reason with them. The people there don't want to be there. And those who want to stay there possibly are either rallying with their government and aiding, a dictatorship, or they want a peaceful existence, but they don't have no other options. But they like their country. And there's nothing wrong with liking your country. You like your country, although it's war-torn. People are fighting, fussing, they're killing each other, killing their citizens. You either stay or you try to make a way out. Now, as for an outsider, what do you want over there? Just keeping it real. Now, he may have come from that country, feels like, well, I can visit, it's my homeland. That is your choice. But look at the fallout of going over there. You become a victim. Held hostage, probably in the most inhumane, deplorable conditions, and now you're deceased. And one thing you have to remember, you are never going to know the truth to what happened to him. One can say he died under deplorable conditions. He could also have been murdered, suffocated, strangled. I don't know. But why am I going to trust a word from these people to say, oh, thought we let you know he's no longer alive? Well, you didn't want to give anybody information when he was breathing. And for all you know, he could have been dead last week, 2 weeks ago, a month. Are you even going to let somebody come claim his body? Stay woke, everybody. Will they even let someone come claim the body, release the body? And imagine getting the body back, get an autopsy done here stateside to find out this man has been dead a while, okay? He's been dead a while. Imagine that. Just saying. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. That's my update for Majid Kamamas, or Kamamas. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. Sorry, my lighting is a bit off. This happens every time I go live. trying to get that lighting perfect for you all. Thank you so very much. Let's start with my first story. I think I'm going to do Puff Diddy last. Since he's the head knocker, I'll do him last. In case I decide I want to get a little winded. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to go over here to my my database and play this content. Thank you all so much for joining me. This is coming out of East Tennessee, pertaining to this Jewish couple. It's a hot butter mess. That it is. Hello, everybody. Well, thank you, Pinto. Thank you. Thank you for joining me, honey. God bless all of you. Hope y'all having a wonderful weekend. Hello, Monica. Hello, Miss Ortiz. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Miss Monica, everyone.
County couples legal fight over adoption services is back on.
Sorry about the lighting. I don't know why it keeps blinking in and out.
Not blocking their lawsuit. As we reported, Elizabeth and Gabriel Ruthenram are suing Holston United Methodist Home for Children as a state-sponsored adoption agency in Greenville. At first, the children's home agreed to provide foster and adoption support services to the family, which the state requires as part of the adoption process. Then the agency reversed course, rejecting the couple because of their Jewish faith, pointing to a 2020 state law allowing a denial on religious grounds. Now in 2022, a lower court said that the Ruthenrams and other plaintiffs joining them could not sue. An appellate court overturned that decision last August, and now the state's highest court has decided not to review the case, meaning the lawsuit can go to trial. An advocacy group, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, has been supporting the couple's lawsuit. Now, the group's president writes in a statement, quote, "This loving couple wanted to help a child in need, only to be told that they wouldn't be served by a taxpayer-funded agency because they're the wrong religion."
So how do y'all feel about that? Wrong to be denied services to foster a child and to adopt from this Methodist children's home out of Greenville, Tennessee. It's right up the road from the Queen. Let's get a little information. Lawsuit from Knox County Jewish couple denied foster care services due to their faith continues. I don't know why it's not pulling up an article. Sorry about that. The weird part of the story is that eventually they let them foster children. How long? I'm not really sure. You know, what's the timeline from when they first said no up until they decided to let them foster children? So Tennessee is saying, well, You eventually became a foster parent. So this lawsuit is not valid. Why are you suing the state? I got to go back in because I can't, for some reason, find information on this case. What says the court pertaining to Chad Daybell? Will they find him guilty, not guilty? For some reason, I can't find anything. I'm going to have to go out of here. Sometimes they won't upload articles. They'll just do videos. I don't know why I'm blinking in and out. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get this one here open up. A lawsuit filed by a Jewish couple who said they were denied foster care services because of their faith is advancing after the Tennessee Supreme Court rejected a request from the state to reconsider an earlier decision that said the couple had the right to sue. Supreme Court rejected a request from the state to reconsider, okay? So this lawsuit is going forward. The lawsuit challenges the constitutionality of that law. In June of 2022, the lawsuit was dismissed by a state court. It said the 2020 law had nothing to do with the agency's refusal and said the matter had been resolved because the couple later became foster parents. In August of 2023, the Court of Appeals of Tennessee decided that the couple actually had standing to challenge the state's law, reversing the earlier decision. So this was a year ago that they were able to press forward with the lawsuit, okay? Months later, in October 2023, the state asked the Tennessee Supreme Court to review the appeals court decision, okay? So this was a reversal. 2023, Court of Appeals in Tennessee said they did have a standing to challenge the state's law, reversing the earlier decision, okay? May 17th, Americans United for Separation of Church and State announced the Tennessee Supreme Court rejected the state's request, effectively keeping the appeals court decision intact. In the same decision, the court said 6 other people who joined the Rutan Rams in the case as plaintiffs also had the right to sue, okay? They include Fourth Faith leaders, a retired psychologist, and an officer of the Tennessee chapter of Americans United for Separation of Church and State. In the original lawsuit, the couple said the Holston United Methodist Home for Children would have provided out-of-state training services as required by the Tennessee Department of Children's Services. The services included foster training and a home study by a licensed agency. It is one of the few agencies in Tennessee able to offer such services, the lawsuit said. The couple said the agency told them it only provides adoption services to prospective adoptive families that share our Christian belief system. In an email the day before they were to start training. So one day before, obviously the agency sent this email to them that they do not share their Christian beliefs. The lawsuit said Rutan Rams originally wanted to foster an adopted child from Florida. I may not be pronouncing her name right, so excuse me. The August 2023 court opinion said they were not able to foster the child from Florida as they originally hoped. It said the couple instead fostered the child in Tennessee after getting training directly from the Department of Children's Services. Plaintiffs allege that defendants are violating the religious freedom and equal protection guarantees of the Tennessee Constitution by funding a child-placing agency that discriminates in state-funded programming against prospective and current foster parents based on their parents' religious beliefs. The August 2023 opinion said, we conclude that plaintiffs have standing as taxpayers to challenge the constitutionality of the law. Oh, have mercy. So is Tennessee wrong? Tennessee is saying we don't have jurisdiction over private agencies, what they do and don't do as far as adoptions. What they want to do is their business. If they don't want to allow you to adopt because you are Jewish, you are, what is the word I'm looking for? Muslim faith, whatever you are. No. Should this be a law, number one? Should this be a Tennessee law or a law anywhere in the land? But then the flip side of that is you all will argue and say, well, I don't want the state getting involved in church affairs. So that's why the state is saying we don't have any jurisdiction over what a Catholic church home for children or Methodist church home or Baptist church home, so on and so forth. We don't have anything to do with their criteria, plural, for allowing you to be a foster parent and or adoptive parent. What say you, the chat? How do you all feel? At the end of all my live streams, commentary during this live, I'm going to read you the polls, and we're going to chop up the question about this. I asked you all a question. Should it be Tennessee law? How do you feel about this? Did the Methodist Children's Home have a right to deny them adoption rights to adopt a child out of Florida? Okay. But then we later find out they were able to foster children through the Department of Children's Services here in Tennessee. So you had two different agencies working. Child and Family Services, which I still call it DHS, and then the Children's Home. And then, we learned that they commingle because that case I brought you out of Ohio about 2 weeks ago of the social worker working with the Catholic agency buying food stamps from a family who she was supposed to be checking on, and she was fudging her documents, her visitation documents, and she also was buying food stamps from the mother, and then the child was later found dead, buried in a yard or some mess like that. So these agencies work together. Children's Homes, Department of Human Services, they're all interconnected because naturally DHS is the one who gets to children when they're placed in foster care. That's number one. Then they decide where to put the children. So some of the children go into foster care families with, in an individual house, or they go into a children's home. So they're all evenly yoked together. For those who don't really know the Department of Human Services, how they work. When children go into foster care, they're either placed in a home, an individual home with a mother, father, woman, man, whatever, or they're put into a group home, which will be like this children's home here, Methodist home. So they all work together. Was it right for the Methodist church home, children's home, to deny these people originally the right to adopt a child from their agency? That's the question. Hello, life. How you doing? Thank you. Okay. What a story. Sebastian Rogers. Ooh, Jesus. Hot butter mess. I don't know what to say. Queen was looking at, excuse me, this air blowing is giving me the sniffles. Queen was looking at Facebook today, and I'm gonna put my bifocals on so I can read this nonsense. Say what? No, it wasn't right. Well, Pinto, the theory is this. Methodist, Baptist, Catholic, everybody navigates different. I think you know this. Latter-day Saints, whatever, everybody navigates different. So the Methodist home is saying, well, you don't coincide with our beliefs, allegedly. Let's say that was their real reason. So they feel like, well, we're not getting ready to send no children and navigate for you when you all don't even believe in what we believe in. We are Methodists, we believe in this. So can't they stand on that? Now, the flip side, somebody will say, well, but it's a child needs a home. But the Methodists may say, well, we know that. We know these children need a home, but we don't want to send our children out to live with a Jewish couple, and we don't practice the Jewish faith because that's not what we're on. This is our playhouse. Stay woke now. This is our playhouse. We're Methodists. This is what we believe. And we're not going to place no children with no Jewish couple because the Jewish couple don't believe what we believe in. And that's our mantra. And one can say they do have a point because that's who they are. It's their agency. Because then that would kind of be hypocritical to some degree to say, well, we're going to place the children with these people, but they don't believe in our faith. I guess it depends on your interpretation. I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to touch that. There's certain subjects I really don't like getting into, because people start arguing over, foolishness. But in the end, it is a Methodist children's home, and that's what they're teaching the children there. And it doesn't mean that the children came from a Methodist home or believe in the Methodist way. But what choice do you have? Because one, you're a child, and that is where you're placed. So it'd be no different if you were placed in a Catholic, Protestant, you understand what I'm saying? Latter-day Saint group home. You got to roll with the flow, because, this is where you're placed. But the agency is saying, when it comes to us taking the children out of our home to navigate adoption, we ain't just letting anybody come in and adopt them. Whether they wealthy, middle class, white, black, green, we want them to practice, I guess, the Christian faith or whatever. So, I'm drowning up here. Pinto said, dang, you making me think too hard. I see that point as well. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make everybody understand. The church has a right to have their faith. You can't tell the church how they should think. That's the whole purpose of people wanting church and state separate. That's the Catholic Church, the Methodist. It ain't even really about the Methodists. It's just, this is who we are. This is what we believe. And we don't want to place a child in another home that do not carry our core values, our morals, and our faith. So to some degree, they have a point. Now, the flip side is that a child needs a home. And one can say, well, what difference does it make if they're placed in a Latter-day Saint, Catholic, Baptist? You understand what I'm saying? Because, Baptists and Methodists believe in Jesus Christ, so it should be the same. But you understand what I mean. I don't know what the Jewish faith entails. I haven't done any, work on what the Jewish faith believes in, but I don't think it's the same. And that's the point, to each its own, how you decide to worship God. So that's the 411 on that. 3-part live, everybody. Whew, dang. I'm tired just trying to explain it. Look, I like Holyfield up here. Dang. Because folks get jiggy when you start talking about Jesus, Jesus, Allah. Folks be ready to tear up stuff. They want to burn stuff up, strap bombs to themselves, shoot up everybody. It ain't that serious. You believe whoever you want to believe. Whether you go live in China, Iraq, London, England, you want to take your faith with you, take it. But don't try to tear up nothing. That's why people have a problem with foreigners coming here, okay? You come over here and you say you want to be free, but then you get mad because we ain't doing what you were doing when you came from Iraq or China or Japan, because we ain't got to. Hell, you got people here in America don't even believe in God. And this country was allegedly built on God, which was hypocrisy when you count how this country was built with bringing slaves over and taking the land away from the Native Americans. The country's built on a lie. Let's keep it real. America's built on a damn lie. But point being, allegedly, the Europeans came over here and swore for God. They believe in God, which we know you can't believe in God and you enslaving people and working them for free. And then you stole the land. So you can't put God in there. But that's the American way, okay? So that's why I say everything's about interpretation. Everything's about interpretation. All right, where was I? Sebastian Rogers. Woo, Lord. Oh, if you're not here in the chat to coincide with the conversation, please remove yourself. We're not here for no foolishness, okay? Just carry on. All right, find Sebastian Rogers. Tony Mathis is an administrator on this Facebook group page. I'm going to read you a few updates and also bring you a little bit of their he said, she said, and the bickering back and forth to show you this case is nothing but decoys and distractions and just shenanigans. All right. This is a live schedule for 9:30 Eastern Time tonight, hosted by Julia Valente, the military dog handler who is in Tennessee searching for Sebastian. So obviously Miss Jules is here to search for the boy child, and we will see how that goes. 10 hours ago, Mr. Mathis put up a post. If they would do a press conference or communicate with the father, we wouldn't have to rely on local citizens off the streets to pressure for information. Nobody's lying about anything. Misunderstanding and walkbacks are much more likely. Hey, Nick, instead of throwing shade at a citizen from your community trying to help, why don't you tell the SCSO that the community and the father want and deserve answers? If this case is over their heads and they truly have no leads, oh, Lord, it's like reading a damn book. I'm so sick of these damn folks. I don't know what to do. Once again, he says, why don't you tell the SCSO that the community and the father want and deserve answers? If this case is over their heads and they truly have no leads, and have them elevated. You being disrespectful to a volunteer, trying to get answers, tell a story in and of itself. So, Mr. Mathis, what are you all complaining about? What did this reporter do or say that was disrespectful to someone? Help the queen understand. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. So let's read these comments if we can. My question is, did the citizen really have a conversation with a detective? 30 damn replies. Whew, Lord. Absolutely. Nick Bears, NC5 is the PR for this case. 2 more replies. I don't know what they're arguing about because I don't keep up with all this he said, she said. So somebody wanted to get on me about making a video about the damn motorcycle. That was a commenter's comment, and I just made a video about it, which I don't know why people don't seem to understand. Anything about a true crime case is just that. Sorry about this lighting, it's bad. There we go. Anything about a true crime case, you're going to ask questions. The who, the where, the why, the when. And as things start being said by whomever, the people in the story, the mother, the father, the grandmama, butcher, baker, neighbor, you either can believe it or don't believe it. Because this happens in any case. I don't care who dies. So long as the person goes missing and found murdered, somebody's going to ask questions. Somebody's going to say they knew the person. Somebody's going to say they argued with them. Somebody's going to say that they were a liar, a thief, whatever. You entitled to believe what you want. As far as being a YouTuber, we can make the content. You either like it or you don't like it. Believe it or you don't believe it. And that's what I'm trying to make some fools understand. Don't come for me. I ask a question according to the information. It doesn't mean the information is truthful. If I say, where is he? Did he leave home? Did he walk out? Did he empty the trash? Well, where do you think I'm getting that information from? The parents? So if the mother says the child emptied the trash, well, what's wrong with me asking and making a video, did the child empty the trash? You see where I'm going? And the fact that I have to explain this shows you how ignorant people are. And then they accuse you of being mean and, oh, you're yelling, you're screaming. No, heifer, I'm not yelling. I write in all caps. I've been writing in all caps since I came to Facebook and social media in 2018. It's nothing personal. So people assume you write in caps, you yelling. Well, that's street person's lingo. That ain't Queen's lingo. I write in caps because I want to. How do you know if I can see well? You don't know if I'm partially blind. See, that's the whole point, because you're assuming. And that's what's wrong with people who comment pertaining to true crime or any information out here. You know, the bridge fell, woo, 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 whatever. It don't even matter what the subject is. People just get so offensive and get mad. Well, when you come at a person sideways, you can't tell that person, well, they shouldn't respond to you or they shouldn't defend themselves. If you're coming up here and coming in the chat and you being rude about the thumbnail, you got a problem with what you couldn't hear, and you want me to sit up here and say absolutely nothing. Now, that's sometimes I don't respond, but it's that jiggy side of me that go ahead and give you the business if I want to. So I told myself, don't respond to nothing idiotic. Just remove the equation and they'll get the point. I can ask what I want to ask. Pertaining to Sebastian Rogers, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. Okay? until he pops up, surfaces in the living. I, Angela, the Vault XL, formerly Everyday Shenanigans, can ask any damn thing I want to ask. This is my playhouse. And it's no different than anybody that writes an article. They write an article according to the information somebody gave, such as the parents. So if you tell the world your child walked to the trash can and emptied the trash, you can't get mad if somebody says, well, did they empty the trash? If you say you went to the movies, you went to the bowling alley, you can't get mad because somebody says, did they go to the movies? Did they go to the bowling alley? How can you get mad at that? You're the one spinning the story. So all this other extra stuff that they're spinning, seeing him, he's talking to the grandmama, I don't know nothing about it. But don't get mad because somebody makes a video about it, because obviously somebody wanted to put it out there. It doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's a lie. But so far we don't see the boy, we don't hear from the boy, and you don't know what's true. So let's talk about that. Do we have decoys in this Sebastian Rogers case? Do we have people making up things, fabricating things to distract the truth? To keep people thinking he's alive when he's actually not? How about that? So that would mean somebody got rid of the child, and I would assume deliberately. I'm making up words. Deliberately, not deliberately. Deliberately. Like die and lie. Deliberately. Because I want you to focus on other nonsense so you don't look at me. There's your decoy. Decoys and distraction. I know he's not coming back. I know he's not alive. So I'm going to put all this foolishness out here. I'm going to use people to help put the foolishness out here. I'm going to rally with these parents or whomever got rid of the child, because I don't want you looking at these people who I like. And people do this all the time. And you see this with the Puff Daddy, R. Kelly, Weinstein, Epstein, Bill Cosby, whomever. They're accused of doing something. You like them. So now you're rallying to defend them. Although you don't know them from a can of paint. You ain't never seen them, never met them. But you ride or die. That's what you have here in the Sebastian Rogers case. People are over here. People are over here. People are in the middle. Then you got those who are pretending to care about the story, pretending to help, but really they don't give two you-know-whats about the boy, the family, anybody. They're just there to weasel their way in and get a place at the table. But you should be very careful about wanting to sit at the table, because now we're getting ready to get biblical. It says in Psalms, if you believe in the Bible, thou shalt not sit at the table with the wicked. Ting! Say it again, Quay. Thou shalt not sit at the table with the wicked. So while you smoozing on up in there trying to get a seat, whether you're a YouTuber, a commenter, a searcher, a dog handler, a PR, a PI, say it again. Thou shalt not sit at the table with the wicked. Ta-da. Amen. All right. Now to this Tony Mathis reporter business. Somebody's asking about, did the citizen have a conversation with a detective? Somebody replies, Mr. Tony Mathis to Desiree, absolutely. So Tony Mathis, what's the truth to that? I don't know. I'm not following any of this content because God forbid the Queen talks about anything and everybody gets their panties all up in a knot. Sherry says to Tony Mathis, why would a detective tell Stephen lies about the investigation? Now that Stephen went public with it and it was publicly addressed as being false information, how are we expected to believe him now? You say they were misunderstandings. I'm sorry, but that's a lot to misunderstand. Penny replies to Sherry, he seems to be tripping over his words and his apology. He certainly wasn't having difficulty with his words when he was saying what L.E. told him. So I don't really know what this Stephen person is putting out. I tried to listen to some of that last night. My head started to hurt. I rather ate the buttercream ice cream on a sugar cone because it sure tasted good while trying to read this old stupid foolishness. Sherry says to Penny, once I've been lied to by someone, I have a hard time believing anything else they say. This is disappointing. So what is the truth with this citizen detective business? And I'm going to talk about that for a second. I think it's that Crabtree guy who's been up here, who's immersed himself in the case too, whoever the hell he is, some white man. I was listening to him last night, and the first thing I said when he was talking about going into some office to speak to somebody about the case, first thing I said to myself was, who are you to go in there and ask questions about Sebastian Rogers' case? I'm just saying. Who are you to go ask anything about Sebastian? You're not the father, the mother, grandparents. You're not a brother. You're not a sister. You're not a direct family member. So I'm going to role play. Queen walking into the police station. Yes. Hi, I'm Queen from YouTube. Can you tell me what's going on with the Sebastian Rogers case? I want to know who's in charge. Is it a criminal investigation? Are the parents vetted or not? Please tell me something because I'm somebody. Did y'all hear that? I want to know this, and this. So then he goes on to tell, the lady says, yeah, I know who you are, woo, 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 hold, please. And Lisa goes to get somebody. What you have to tell yourself, you got to know your place. You got to know your place. Now, we've had citizens call police stations, sheriff's office to ask about missing people, murdered people. But what you got to ask yourself is the logistics of it all. Imagine 50, 60, 70, 100 calls in the police station, sheriff's office. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Random people. Now we got 50, 60, 70, 100 people, 200 people going into the police station, going into the sheriff's office to say, hi, I'm Pookie, Ray. What's going on with the Sebastian Rogers case? Now you following me? There's nothing wrong with being concerned. There's nothing wrong with wondering where it's going. But you cannot make your state government, your local government tell you anything about an investigation, whether you think it's criminal or not. So right now, this is what you got going on right here on this Facebook group and other Facebook groups, YouTube, social media, whatever. Everybody's arguing about what was said, not said, what the parents said, parents did, what they not doing, who said what, who's on first, who's on second. Everybody want to be in charge. Everybody want a front row seat to a motherfucking picture that ain't showing. How about that? I said that. That's what's going on. Anybody listening? Have you seen the little kids that go to the movie show, to the picture show? What do? They want to sit right in the front row, knowing they're going to have a crook in their neck looking up at a movie like this. I know personally. Took my little cousin to the movies years ago to go see one of those Fast and Furious movies, and my head like this. And I'm thinking, why the hell are we sitting in this front row of this picture? Because that's shit kids do. And that's kind of what you got right here, kids navigating, wanting information. Why don't you get back in the middle row or a little further back where you can see what the screen looked like? Because right now the screen pertaining to Sebastian Rogers is kind of empty, okay? So basically you got folks just jumping up on stage. Where the picture at? I can't even see the movie. You know I love to use analogies because I got to use analogies for those that's kind of slow, that do sit way in the back of the picture show in the school bus. So Queen has to use analogies with those that's, a little slow. Jump on stage. When you gonna start the show? When you gonna start the show? Hey, I paid $12 to see this movie. When you gonna start the show? Get it together. Just get it together. What is going on with this nonsense pertaining to this baby boy? Because I don't quite understand nothing that is going on with this bickering and arguing and who's telling the truth, whatever. Somebody says, I agree. I followed true crime for a long time, and you hardly ever see law enforcement be so quiet. They don't have to tell the public everything, but look how much gossip they can stop by just saying what they have done. Okay? We pulled all cell phone and video footage, number one. Number two, did they give lie detectors? Number three, clear Seth because he obviously was at work. Number four, and all other things they could say just to clear things up without giving away important things. I think they dropped the ball to start with. Everyone knows how important the first 48 hours is, and they didn't do things that it's now too late to do. So what are those things she thinks that the police didn't do? My prayers go out to Seth. He is perfect. Is he perfect? No. Is anyone perfect? No. So 14 replies. Lord have mercy. These people are just going at it and at it and at it about nothing. So that's what Tony replied to Diddy. I could not agree more. Dawn says to that comment, well said. Kelly replies, perfectly said. Another agency with better skills and resources need to take over. Robin replies, very well stated. Okay. Tina replies, I do agree they could clear things up some, but I also wonder if there's a reason they don't. Exactly. Who said that? Tina Campbell. The point of the story is just that. Whoever is investigating this case, they don't owe us an explanation. You don't have to like the criteria, but let's be truthful. When you're investigating a situation such as this, and let's just say you believe somebody close to the child is the culprit, why would they get on TV to say, yeah, we believe the parents did it, or a parent did it, but we don't have the evidence just yet to bring forward an indictment, arrest, so just hold off a little bit. Why would the police do that? Why would TBI do that? Why would FBI do that? They wouldn't. When TBI, FBI, state police have done all of their work and they're ready to take it to the district attorney, and he or she goes over the information and she or he feels like there is enough information to bring forward an indictment, arrest, however it goes, then that's when you will get a press conference to say, we have new information in the Sebastian Rogers case. And then they will go forward and they will tell you what they have. So if there's an arrest, they will tell you that. But they cannot come out and tell you, I think this person did it. I think that person did it, but then don't have no arrest. That wouldn't make no sense. Now, if they have evidentiary material of the person doing something, such as they've ran DNA, they got CCTV footage of a crime, they've gone through phones, iPads, that type of thing, and the person is not visible, the suspect, then they'll come forward and say, we are looking for Pookie Johnson, or we're looking for Bubba Johnson in the murder of such and such, such and such, or in the disappearance of Sebastian. If you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers, woo, 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 because they went out looking to serve the warrant, but they couldn't find the person. So that's when you see them ask the public for help, because they've already been out looking and they can't find a person, so now they need your help to locate Pookie or Bubba. Same situation here. They don't got enough for an arrest, if indeed there is somebody they think committed a crime. Charity OC says to Betty, just because someone was at work doesn't mean they are clear from being directly involved. Good point. Very good point, Charity. No one is cleared until the young man is found. Anyone with even a peanut-sized amount of knowledge on investigations know this. They also have many of these questions. Seth was told about the lie detectors. He is the parent. He was withheld info and altered his delivery. He is the spokesperson that volunteered to be all over the internet. Law enforcement is not foolish. They know what Seth has been told and for how long. He knew for weeks about Chris's LD, since his first interview about Katie's LD lie detector. He knew. Well, did he know? Because I don't know if he knew or not, Charity. Because you can't believe everything that people say on the news and Facebook and YouTube. And I also think it's interesting that Mr. Tony Mathis, you're going to TikTok. You made it seem like you wanted Seth to go on a more reliable platform, such as Nancy Grace, the news. Why aren't you out holding news conferences? Why aren't you going to the news and say, hi, I'm Tony Mathis, I'm his PR. I'd like to speak to you about what we have, don't have, our concerns. What's wrong with going to the news? The news is always thirsty for anything that they think they can get. So I don't understand why you try to pick and choose who to talk to on YouTube. You try to act like some of the people on YouTube ain't good enough to talk to. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. There's a whole lot of MFs up here. I wouldn't take a dog and sit up on their panel. But to each his own, okay? I said that. But you go from YouTube talking to the Pascal show to TikTok. And like somebody said, why the hell are you over at TikTok? American government don't even want TikTok running in the United States, and you gonna take folks over to TikTok. So what's the difference between TikTok and YouTube? There ain't no difference. There ain't no difference. TikTok, to me, is more clownish than YouTube. And look at the content you see on TikTok. Just folks jumping up and down, making stupid videos, clowning, doing reenactments, and that's better than YouTube? I'm just saying. I think if you want to put Seth in a different light, Mr. Mathis, you might want to stick to local news. You don't necessarily have to deal with this news person, whoever you all are complaining about or bitching about. There are other people who work at the news. There are other people that I'm sure that you can speak to. You don't like this news station? Then you go find another local station, national station, to speak to. That's how you do that. So you can stop whining and crying on Facebook, whining and crying on TikTok, whining and crying on YouTube. How about the news? Because like somebody said, and I believe Mr. Mathis has said this, a lot of people do not watch YouTube. I don't know who told people on YouTube that they famous and they movie stars, because I know a lot of people, they don't know I'm up here. And I share my content to other places, and they don't check out the videos. They might check out a photograph of me somewhere out in public, but they refuse to open up a YouTube video. They refuse to like, share, subscribe. See where I'm going? So that's the point. Older people, middle-aged people, they still watch the news because they have cable. They don't have just internet. They have, some have landlines, some still take the newspaper, some watch the damn local news to see what the hell's going on in the community. They don't go to YouTube to watch the news. I talk to people all the time and say, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? And then, and it's right here in town. No. So that means they ain't watching the news, internet, nothing. Because a lot of people just like fluff. They like he said, she said type street drama that they can see on Facebook, but they ain't looking to see if the damn buildings are still standing in New York or their town or nowhere else, because that's the whole point. Everybody's different. A lot of people don't even like watching the news. So they don't even know Sebastian's missing. They didn't know Summer Wells was missing. They don't know about, these other cases you see on YouTube. They don't know nothing about what's going on in Texas, Washington State, serial killer on the loose. They don't keep up with that kind of stuff. Okay. Sherry replies to Charity. I believe he only knows what Chris told him about the lie detector test. Chris lies. Michelle replies, facts. He was told by Chris, so how do we know what to be truthful? Okay. Somebody says, Charity says, everyone has their opinions. To me, it seems a lot has been withheld. And Seth, for whatever reason, dropped things in drips and drafts. However, one thing is true. She said, law enforcement, hold on, get this to come down. What'd she say? I done lost my place. They got so many damn posts up here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm trying to keep up with all these comments. I think they dropped the ball to start with. Everyone knows how important the first 48 hours is. I think I read that already. Hold on. There's so many comments. I can't keep up. She said, Seth, for whatever reason, dropped things in drips and drabs. However, one thing is true. Law enforcement knows what he's been told. Eventually, things will come out. Once Sebastian's home. Until then, everyone will take sides of who they like or dislike. We're just all strangers watching from afar, sadly. So what has Seth been told? Let him tell it. He hasn't been really told much of anything. Robbie replies to Betty, you are dealing with a minor, and at this time, no person of interest. Law enforcement has every right to be quiet to protect the case. When you don't have the person or a body, it is a very hard case to ever take to trial. You have to make sure any evidence you have, any evidence you do have is protected so you can get a conviction based on that. Okay? Well, we do know that a lot of cases have gone before the courts and there was no body. So what's this mess about the detective and the citizen? Did that guy talk to, the detective? Because I'm trying to understand a detective coming out talking to a stranger. That's weird to me. I don't know if I believe that or not. I just wonder if Seth knows about Tony's late night tics. Of course he knows. He's the one speaking on his behalf, Penny. He should know. Excuse me. He should know. He's his spokesperson. Why would he not know? Now, somebody here is saying, I would just like to point out that everyone is in an uproar over something that was said by Stephen. Everyone makes mistakes. He is human and he came forward and said so. But what I would like to point out is that he said he was last seen on the 26th. The Amber Alert flyer that TBI put out also says the 26th. I would also point out that Katie said between 9 and midnight of the 25th. Think long and hard about that. Everyone takes what they hear and runs to their platform and post it. Things get left out. They post their assumptions and everyone takes it as literal truth. It's like playing telephone. By the time it gets to the end of the line, it's completely different. The detective said anyone can call and ask them questions. So maybe if everyone would just do their own fact checking instead of bashing someone for an honest mistake, we could actually focus on what this is supposed to be about, finding Sebastian. Well, somebody says, yes, I agree. People make mistakes, and I totally get it. This is a bad spot to make a mistake, but these adults crucify him after he came and apologized. Is that what they teach their kids? Makes me sick. So what you have to ask yourself is this. Then why would you repeat something if you didn't have it solidified? Okay? That's what I don't understand. Why would you say something if you didn't have it solidified? I wouldn't go out and say something and immerse myself in the case if I didn't have it solidified. I just wouldn't do that. Like I said, what I do here and you decide to jump yourself in the case, we're two different people and we got two different goals, okay? I'm not in the case. I'm not trying to be in the case. I ask questions according to your questions, your comments, and my own thought process and my own assumptions. But they're just questions. Doesn't mean that they're factual, what I'm asking. And that's what a lot of people don't seem to understand who watch YouTube and Facebook. You can't get mad because somebody's asking a question. And a lot of you get angry because somebody says something in the chat. Once again, it's the same thing what this person is saying. And they're passing it along, whether it's from them or they heard it from somebody else. So I decided to make a video, or somebody makes a video off a comment or question, and everybody's in an uproar. Why are you in an uproar? It's just a question. Whether it's a bicycle or a car, who can pay the rent, can't pay the rent. If it's about a camper, where it is, where it ain't. It's just a question. It's not that serious. It's only a problem if you put it out as the truth. Now this thing is taking me to TikTok. Oh, God. Let's see what they have to say. Hold on. Oh, I got the sniffles so bad. I can't even hear what he's saying.
When I make a mistake, I'll come here and say it. Now, I had the opportunity to have the head guy of the criminal investigation unit, Tim Bailey, had the opportunity to talk to him today. And what I will tell you is I made a very, very crucial mistake when misspeaking about the camera footage that they have and all the footage that they have gathered. They have not seen Sebastian past the date of the 26th that he went missing. This is my fault for me making an understanding after talking to him that when we were talking and was talking about all the camera footage and I had asked the question, he was simply stating, no, they have gathered every bit of footage they could from all the cameras that they could, and including the one where, it was said that, he was in the area. They went to those locations and was, where they could get camera footage and got those. I thought that he said that, or took it as a way of like, oh no, yeah. So the day that we have footage that he has seen past that date. Cindy will be able to explain this a lot better. She also talked to him. There's a lot of things, man, that I can say. But first and foremost, I want to apologize, Gator. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a crime talk. I'm going to make a mistake, and I've always said
yes, lady, I agree.
Every one of my videos. Check my information, do your own research, and you find out. And unfortunately, trying to be helpful, it would be something that would be very bad in the sense of like where it got out to, in the fact it put hopes out there that were false, and making Seth believe that that his son had been seen past that date of the 26th. That I am truly sorry for. And when talking to Tim was very, very nice, very positive. He said, one of the main reasons why he did not, that they don't like doing press releases every day, like in every week or anything, is because in all honesty, he doesn't want to deliver nothing much. He don't want to get Steph and the family's hopes up. There's a lot more to this I can say that I can't put into words correctly, because I don't think I'm the person that should be doing this, right?
Well, you shouldn't. That's the whole point. That's why I'm saying, who are you? I don't get it.
I went up there, absolutely. And Tim did.
Only the parents should be talking.
And our conversation was recorded, which is great to know.
This is a 4-minute video, 4.49. I don't think, this is what I'm talking about, people meddling and going to talk to the police. It's really not our place to go talk to the police. I mean, yes, as a citizen, you have a right to think what you want. But as I said, imagine 50, 60 people running into the police department, 100 people, 200, 300, running in and saying, I want to talk to the chief. I want to talk to this person. I want to talk to the lead detective. And then they'd say, well, what is it about? And then you say, oh, it's about the Sebastian Rogers case. And then you'd say, okay, well, what is it pertaining to? Well, I think this and I think this. Just like they tell you don't call with your theories. That you're really doing the same thing. If you went in the office to say you want to speak to the lead detective, they're going to ask you, well, what is it that you want to speak to him about? Oh, I just want to know what's going on. Come on now. There's a flip side to everything, and everything's about interpretation. So you should know you just cannot go run up there and ask. Although these people are telling you, oh, sure, feel free to call us, feel free to ask us. Maybe they're just thinking locally a few handful of people are going to be inquiring about Sebastian. Well, obviously this story is out all over the United States and out of the country. So this is what I'm saying. Are you even equipped to have 50, 60 people calling simultaneously? 300 people calling simultaneously? 1,000, 3,000 people. You have to think about what you put out to the universe. And I don't think the sheriff, whoever said this, is true. because I have to watch what I say. If you said that, you didn't think of it coming to fruition. Hundreds to thousands of people calling. Hundreds of thousands of people walking into the police station. Hey, I want information about Sebastian. Hey, you're not doing your job. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, is it a criminal investigation? Hey, where's the CCTV footage? Hey, do you have footage or not? Just imagine that in a small sheriff's station or a big station in New York, Chicago. Just a bunch of people running in and everybody standing in a line like you're at the DMV. See, sometimes you gotta give people a visual to make them understand. Just imagine 100 people standing outside or standing in the lobby saying, I want to speak to the chief of police. I want to speak to the deputy sheriff. I want to speak to the lead investigator. Why? That's what the lady behind the desk is going to say, or the officer behind the desk. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You know, like it's a damn deli. Oh, nothing. I just want to know what's going on. Okay, what do you want? I just want to know what's going on. How's that going to work out? Just saying.
So you should be able to get that information, right? But first and foremost, I wanted to come on here without going on anybody's lives and tell you, hey, I made a big fucking mistake on a key detailed point.
He didn't want to go on anybody's live.
Yes,
Okay.
Sebastian Rogers was seen on the 26th, or after the 26th, and that is my fault. I'm a man of integrity. When I make a mistake,
I'm going to be truthful. I don't think the child was seen past the 25th. If indeed he was seen on the 25th. That's my personal feeling. Seth says he saw the boy coming out of the restaurant with the mother. I think that's all he has seen, allegedly. That's what he says he's seen. So then you have to question that. Because I told you all that before. Why would the father lie if there's more footage out here that he's seen? Then why not tell people? People are curious. People want to know. You're going on live streams, Nancy Grace, Court TV, TikTok, blah, 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 wherever, Facebook. If you got more information about your son, you would think he would tell us, since he has let us know. I've been the only one on the ground searching. I'm the only one in tune. I'm the only one that cares, it seems. So I'm going to assume if he had information that his child was seen on the 26th, the 27th, the 29th, whatever, March 1st, he would tell it. But everything's about perception. Because why lie to the public about that? You saw the child on the 27th, then you'd say, yeah, I got information that my child was seen the 27th walking down the highway or wherever. Somebody got a, trail cam or just say it. Because obviously he don't. Yeah, I stay woke, baby. I ain't got no choice. And that's just the truth. All right, let's finish hearing from Mr. Crabtree.
I will happily own up to that mistake. I'm sure I'll get ridiculed and dragged all over the place, but at the end of the day, they ain't going to stop me from doing the preparations for planning for a search team to come and do what I got to do to take part and to be able to bring Sebastian home. Now, do that what you will. I will tell you this, Miss Cindy will have her live later. She's phenomenal, and I'm so thankful to have a friend in Cindy who was able, when I talked to her today, hey man, you call Tim Bailey too. You get what you hear, and you tell me what you hear, and stuff like that. That way, if there's anything that I might have miscommunicated, she has the correct facts on that. And I am super happy to have somebody like her, because again, I'm not an investigator. I'm just a guy from Hendersonville that posts stuff, and this case took a part. It took a big part of me, and it means a lot to me. That being said, moving forward, rule number one: Stephen is not an investigator. Leave that to the people that do it. I wanted answers, and I found out from Tim today that they are absolutely talking to media and stuff, though. It's just maybe it's not what people want to hear, that there's nothing to be said right now. But they are absolutely day in and day out working this case. But anyways, that's my saying. I am truly sorry to the Rogers family, Katie, Chris, everybody said that false information was given out there, but I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. And that's what I'll say.
Mr. Crabtree, Stephen Crabtree. So what you have to say to yourself, the flip side is people can misunderstand what people are saying. That's why you have to get it in ink.
So y'all know,
damn near in ink or on a recording. Because what do I say? What I hear, you don't hear. What I see, you don't see. Now, this is why regular people don't need to be meddling in the case or any case. This is why. Because you came back and repeated something that you thought you heard, and then, as you say, I gave these people false hope, the family, woo-woo, and then you have to apologize. Now, what do the Proudfoots have to say about this? They probably ain't saying nothing, because I think if indeed they have something to do with this case, as far as getting rid of the child, discarding the child, hurting the child, they are laughing. So I'm going to say this. Whoever got rid of the child, hurt the child, because I don't think he's alive. If he's alive, wonderful. But why would you keep a child alive knowing that there's an Amber Alert and he's missing? I'm going to keep saying that. Somebody is laughing at all of this nonsense. This is like the Riley strain of a 15-year-old. Shirt, pants, boots, just nonsense. You found some pants. You found some glasses. Nothing. CCTV footage 2.5 months later. Nothing. Don't you see what's going on? It's just decoys. It's just people putting themselves out here meddling. And you can easily say, well, they didn't mean no harm, or I didn't mean no harm. This is why you probably should just stay out of the way. So you don't have to backtrack nothing. You don't have to apologize for nothing. You just talk about it on your channel, your TikTok, whatever, and leave it alone. And that's something nobody seems to understand about true crime. These are real people missing. These are real people dead. And you want to go talk to the mama, the daddy, the cousin, the brother. Maybe you're not the person that should be talking. Free country, free speech does not mean you need to be going in people's messenger. And hey, I want to talk to you about your son. Hey, I want to talk to you about your grandson. See what I'm saying? Hey, I want to talk to the detective on the case. Who are you that these people should talk to? I have done it before, talked to people, sent a message, they never replied. One guy, the one with the daughter that was brutally dismembered out in Texas, he told me he didn't want to talk to me because he watches YouTube and he doesn't like what he sees on YouTube, and he doesn't want anybody talking bad about his daughter. I respected that, and I let him know, well, I will be talking about your daughter on my channel, and I will not be saying anything derogatory about what the news is reporting and what is the truth. And that's what people need to understand about a version. It's just that. If the news comes back and says a person was prostituted or dancing at a club, they obviously got that information from somewhere. It is up to the news agent to clear it up that it's truthful or that it's not. So if they make a mistake and they find out, oh, we repeated it wrong, the source is wrong, then they're supposed to come back and make a correction. Hey, we got the wrong information. Hey, we put in a news broadcast, she was a stripper or she was a dancer or whatever she was doing, ballet dancer. Clear it up. You as a regular person, you're not a reporter. Okay? YouTuber, same thing. You're not a reporter. This web sleuth name they give people who talk about true crime, stop it. Because this is where all the misinformation comes from. Passing stuff and you don't know if it's truthful. So even when stuff goes to trial, some of it's probably partial truth. Some of it may be all the truth. Some of it may be fudged a bit. And I was sitting here thinking about the serial killer, Terry Blair. I watched this guy's content yesterday on YouTube where he interviewed Mr. Blair. Mr. Blair basically is denying he killed those women out there in Kansas City. Now, he's dead. He just died last week, okay, in a prison hospital. But when you listen to the interview, feel free to check it out. It's in the YouTube queue, and I do believe I shared it on my community page. He doesn't take any responsibility for killing those women. He talks like he's flatlined. He's empty inside. He says all the information is wrong. You all believe what the media's told you about him. He's got evidence, paperwork to show that he didn't, have anything to do with these women, blah, blah, blah. You entitled to your opinion. So I started thinking, well, did they get it wrong? Did the media sensationalize that he was a killer of prostitutes, streetwalkers? Because that's the myth they put out from First 48. And he said that. He said, you all banked on everything First 48 said about me. So the guy asked him, well, do you not like prostitutes? So he says, I don't have a problem with what a woman does. If she wants to prostitute, that's her business. Now, he could be lying, but that's the sensationalism that was put out about him. He killed women who were prostitutes because his girlfriend, wife, or whoever was a prostitute. But when you start doing the research through Wikipedia, this and that, it differs. Whether you heard it out of Tony Blair's mouth or not. You start to wonder, what is the truth? Why did he kill these women? Is it because the mother who we learned was he had children with her? She prostituted, she didn't prostitute. You're entitled to your opinion. All I'm saying is, I agree with some things that Terry Blair said, that TV shows can hype stuff up. But the point is, you don't know Terry Blair because you all didn't interview him to find out who he was before he died, to know the truth. And I think that interview that YouTuber did, he didn't go deep in the belly of the beast. His commentary was flat and it was scripted. And to me, it wasn't genuine. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need somebody that knows how to talk to people, and that YouTuber didn't know how to talk. He didn't know how to ask Terry. He didn't know how to get in his soul, try to get down in his soul. You just ask a straight question. What was it like growing up? I hear that your mama killed her boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. That's how he was like he was reading a script. I said your mama killed her husband, blah, 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 boyfriend. How do you feel about that? He let you know. Oh, we don't call it murder. We never called it murder. See, he was separated then. Oh, my mama ain't killed that man. You are the host of your show. You're supposed to ask him, well, why was it not murder, Terry? Your mother killed him. That's in the documents, charging documents. She got probation because she had a mental illness. What was wrong with your mother? Was your mother diagnosed? Was she schizophrenic? You're supposed to follow through. Ask the pertinent questions. He did not. So now we're sitting here wondering, well, what was wrong with Terry Blair's mother? Why did she kill her boyfriend? You're supposed to ask. Because he's deflecting. Oh, we don't think it was murder. You're supposed to say, well, why, Terry? Why don't you think this? Why wasn't it murder? Why did your mother kill him? What was her reason? What was her motive? Did she have remorse? Did she tell you she was sorry for killing her boyfriend? See, there was nothing. Just cut, dry question. He gives the answer. That's it. That's what I'm telling you. This is exactly what I'm saying. Everybody's not cut out to do this. You can't be a YouTuber or a reporter, and when you've got the bird in your hand, you don't even know how to finesse the damn bird. I'm just saying. Because let me tell you what people are going to say when they watch that YouTube video. Damn. He didn't even ask him why his mama killed the man. There was a lot of information that he did have that was stuff I had not heard before. Please check it out about Terry Blair. So we have Mr. Crabtree here saying he made a mistake. He apologizes. So what I'm saying to you all is this. Some people do not need to be talking to law enforcement, calling them, and they don't need to be talking to family members, because you have to be careful what you say to people, what you ask, and if you're not going to bring it back verbatim, that's going to be a problem. Because like that person said on the Facebook post, you start playing, it becomes a game of telephone. By the time it gets to the end of the line, it's not the verbatim conversation. So this is why you're supposed to record conversations. So that way it's protecting you, it's protecting the person who you're speaking to, law enforcement, whomever, the family member. That way nobody can say, well, that's not what I said to you. I didn't put a but in there. I didn't put an and. I didn't put an although. Record the conversation. That's it. That's it. So no CCTV footage of Sebastian Rogers after the 26th. The text messages. Where is that coming from? Who started that? To say he was texting his grandmother. Who's to say? Somebody said in one of the comments. How do you know that was Sebastian texting his grandmother? If it's true. If it's true. Let me say that. If it's true. See, I don't know where all this is coming from because I don't follow all these networks and I don't follow the Proudfoots around YouTube. As I tell people, I have things to do. Okay? Oh, my Lord. Bear says he has mommy issues. Well, I don't really know what he has. I'm sure a lot of us have mommy issues, daddy issues. But anywho, who started the rumor rhetoric that the boy child texted the grandmother? So has that grandmother come forward to say, yes, I talked to Sebastian this night, this morning? What's the validity of that commentary? I don't know. Let me make sure I say that during this live. I'm just repeating what other people are talking about. I have no idea what the hell they're speaking of. So this is what I'm saying about decoys. Are there deliberate decoys in this case pertaining to Sebastian to deflect someone's involvement in the disappearance of him? The picture in North Carolina, the woman saying that's me and my son. The father thought it was him, but it wasn't. Then we hear from law enforcement it's AI generated. So that means it's fraudulently done. See, it's one thing after the other. Pants, glasses. Now this guy misinterpreting conversation with a detective. Then somebody says, well, hell, did he really talk to a detective? So now you got to wait to see if a detective will come out and say, yeah, I talked to him. He misunderstood what I said. See, you're always waiting for the other person to finally come out to verify what somebody said. So now you're going to look for verification of a text message. You want a screenshot. You want to hear from the grandmother. Did she talk to Sebastian? Now you're going to look for a detective to come back and say, yeah, I talked to Mr. Crabtree and he misunderstood what I said. Or I didn't talk to Mr. Crabtree. See where this is going? This is bullshit. It needs to stop. Puff Diddy. Last conversation for this live stream. As most of you know, there's a video that has been leaked pertaining to Sean Puffy Combs and Cassie Ventura. Cassie has been married someone, has a child. We're going to go into the belly of the beast and read that statement, a letter that the husband wrote. Allegedly was a while ago. Don't know if it's a while, it's a month or 2 or 3 months, a year. But he has some strong feelings about violence against women. Sean's role that he played when he dated Cassie, and he's not happy. Will Sean Combs respond to the video? Who did he pay the bribe to? Woman or man? Manager? Somebody in CEO of the company that owned the hotel, worked for corporate. Did this person continue to blackmail Sean Combs? And Sean said, no, I'm not paying you no money. I'm not paying you no more money. And they said, okay, well, I'm going to release the video. Did she have access to the video when she filed the lawsuit? Or she got at some point thereafter, her lawyer consulted with his lawyer, and they said, oh, yeah, we got a video to show you proof. If you don't want to release, pay up. Or she didn't have a video, but somebody's been sitting on it all this time, and they decided to release it for whatever. So whoever released it, who did you originally release it to? And did you ask for money in exchange for releasing the video? Did somebody pay to have this video put out? A news agency. Did a news agency, the Mirror, the Sun, the whoever, CNN, whoever first got it, did you pay for the Sean Combs Cassie video? Who's the person that was paid $50,000 allegedly to stay quiet? Do they still work for the company? Somebody in chat says the place no longer exists, the hotel. Don't know if that's truth or not. Let's get down to business pertaining to Sean. I'm going to read you this post from Cassie's now husband. She has a little child, little girl. Will he respond to this video, Sean Puffy Combs? This is uploaded 23 hours ago. The Daily Beast is the source. You're done. Cassie's husband's penned scathing letter on abuse after Diddy video. After CNN released horrifying footage from 2016 that showed Diddy assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie. So obviously CNN got the video. So who gave it to CNN and why? All right. It shows Diddy assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura Cassie's husband put abusers on blast in scathing letter against domestic violence perpetrators. Alex Fine, who married Cassie in 2019, posted the letter on Instagram on Friday afternoon. He didn't hold back from flaming men who have raised a hand against the women in their lives. Wow. See if I can blow this up because it's a bit winded. Thank you all so much for joining me. I don't know, Bear. Not too many people gonna turn down. Of course they ain't gonna turn it down. But the hotel didn't do due diligence by her and to make Puff Daddy stand accountable. One, you've committed a crime on private property. You have assaulted somebody. So whether she pressed charges or not, still dated him, slept with him, whatever, that's her business. They should have naturally made him pay for the damages, and they should have filed a report with the police station to let them know what happened, and it should have been public damn news. They didn't, and now I have a problem with that. See if I can blow this up. I can't blow it up. I'm gonna have to hold it up close because it's so small. Sorry. Woo! Men who hit women aren't men. Men who enable it and protect those people aren't men. As men, violence against women shouldn't be inevitable. Check your brothers, your friends, and your family. Our daughters, sisters, mothers, wives should feel protected and loved. Hold the woman in your life with the utmost regard. Men who hurt women hate women. To all the survivors, find the men and women who help and love. To all the survivors, your stories are real and people believe you. To all the survivors, you're not alone, and there are men and women who care only for your well-being and safety. We want you to succeed and flourish. To all the women and children, I'm sorry you live in a world where you're not protected and you don't feel equal. I want to raise my daughters in a world where they are safe and loved. To the abusers, you're done. You're not safe anymore. You're not protected anymore. The men by your side are just as weak. You're so miserable with yourself that doing would be considered a kindness. Something they blocked out. I don't know. That's Cassie's husband's commentary yesterday. Alex Fine, 44. Looks like a white guy. I don't know if Miss Ventura is Hispanic, African-American, biracial, but she has a white man now. Sean, how do you feel about that? Don't know if she always dated black guys because she got with Sean at the age of 19. Okay? So that was too young for you to be messing with her anyway. Whether she like older men or you like younger women. You can say, well, she was grown, she was above 18, but the point is she was still young and you took advantage of her. You took advantage of her, and from my understanding, you've taken advantage of a lot of people. So how do you feel, Sean, that one, the video is out? She left you, got with a white man 3 years later or sometime later. She's married, has a kid. He says he has daughters. So how many children does he have with Cassie? Will Cassie respond to the video? When you watch it, it's brutal. Okay? When you watch the video, it is brutal. Because in your mind, you're saying to yourself, damn, you have this little respect for women. As you hear this man saying, Mr. Fine, you hate women if you abuse women. Because you can't say you love a woman, you love women, and you're beating them up, you're talking down to them, you're spitting on them, you're pushing, you're shoving, whatever it is you're doing to them. Forcible rape, bringing other people into the bedroom, all these things that have been alleged against him. So number one, Puff Daddy, are you going to respond? Please check out the Queen's shorts in the YouTube queue. I gave him the business last night, okay? I put up every short I could think of, every question. If you have a problem with the picture on the computer, I have the video on my channel in my live yesterday. Or you can go look at it on CNN. Calm your britches down. Who is the person that took the bribe? Do they still work for that hotel? Does that hotel still exist? Man, woman, did they continuously try to bribe Mr. Sean for more money? Did they keep asking for more money? Did he make more than one payment for the video? Stay woke. Stay woke. Who, where, why, how many payments, and why was it released? Did the person sell it to CNN? CNN, most people will say, well, we don't pay for stories, we don't pay for footage. You upload it to us, it's free will. Free Willy. Sean Collins, what do you have to say about the video? You've denied all allegations by Cassie and other people who have lawsuits against you. This is now proof in the pudding that you are abusive. So now you can say, well, I may be an abuser, but I don't force people into rape. I'm not a human trafficker. I don't drug women. I don't film women having sex. I didn't have a lot of people having sex with my partners. So now you got to now say what? Because what's the old saying? If you're capable of one dirty deed, you are possibly capable of 4 or 5 more. So some of us gonna say, well, you beat this girl in a hotel, half naked. You chasing her down the damn hallway with a towel on. You didn't care about your ding-ding showing. Why am I gonna sit here and believe that you didn't do this other stuff? You had a white boy trafficking drugs on an airplane 2 months ago or so. So that means you're a user. So you're a beater and a user, cocaine user. So what else are you not doing? Ain't done. Say it again. You ain't this, and this. Rain. But we got proof of you using cocaine. We didn't have to see a video of it. That white boy is on your plane with it in his luggage. So you want me to believe you hanging around with 25-year-old white boys who like to get high. You're an entrepreneur, a wealthy person, billionaire, and you're going to allow somebody to get on your plane with cocaine and you didn't even know about it? You don't use it? But yet, allegations that you use drugs, you try to get other people to do stuff. You've also admitted to Lil Rod of your devious deeds of coercion, paying people off, bribing people, harassing people, physically assaulting people, and then we're not supposed to believe this video. We're not supposed to believe you human traffic girls. As Mr. Bond said, well, I don't believe the human trafficking allegations. I ain't never seen him force nobody on no plane or into sex. You ain't supposed to see that, fool. Sorry, Mr. Bonds. You ain't supposed to see him forcing nobody to have sex. You ain't supposed to see him having sex with men and women. Why he want to show you that? But you did tell the news that, oh yeah, I did see different men going into his hotel rooms. So what were those men for? Oh, just to sleep with Cassie or the girl of the hour? Because he likes watching sex. What did I say in my live last night? Damn, whatever happened to watching porn to get off? Because some men can't get off unless they watch porn. And that's a sad situation. Because who wants to be with a man, you naked, you got a whole body, you looking good, smelling good. Oh, he don't want that just yet. He got to watch a porn video to have sex with you. I think that's our Puff Diddy, Puff Daddy, brotherly love, brother love, pussyfoot, sugarfoot. He's that guy. In order for him to get off, to get turned on, to get in the mood, he has to have a visual, such as porn. So he's probably escalated from porn to, I got to have other people in the room to get gratification. Excuse me. Although you got a whole woman right here, and she's a beautiful girl. So you think about all these pretty women who've had sex with Sean, protected, unprotected. He can't just have sex with her and then that's it. He got to have a whole body and another body and another body and another body to get off to penetrate you. If I'm wrong, correct me. Sean Puffy Combs. Correct the queen, please. Do you need a visual aid, sir, in order to get an erection? Number one. You need a visual aid to get in the mood. You can't have a whole girl, woman standing there in front of you naked. She can't touch you, do things to you. You need a whole visual aid. No, I gotta watch 2 men, 2 women, a man and a woman do it. I gotta watch a man and a woman do something to you, and then I can get an erection, and then I can get turned on, and then I can penetrate you. What the fuck? Huh? That's the man you don't want. I don't care if it's a woman. If you can only get turned on by looking at porn and looking at other people have sex in a room, you need to go see a damn therapist. Because it don't make no sense to have a whole body in front of you. Don't get me to testifying up in here. Don't get Queen to testifying up in here. Trust me, if it's on my life and him looking good, him could have his clothes on. Did you hear what I said? Him could have his clothes on and I'm turned on. Lord have mercy when he take his clothes off and I like what I see. Excuse me. I like what I see. I don't need no damn porn. I don't need no magazine. I don't need no other visual aids and toys. I like a him. And I want him to satisfy a queen. Do you understand what I'm saying? But everybody's different. So Sean is that rare breed. He needs a visual aid. Don't matter about how you look, how you smell. He got to have a whole body and a whole nother body and a whole nother body in the room doing stuff. He got to watch and look and play with himself. And then he look at you. Come on. Let's join him. I want you to do this. I want you to put your foot in it. I want you to put your arm in it. As they said about T.I., he likes to put his foot in the kitty cat. Shut your mouth. I said that. Please check out that content from a few years ago when we got jiggy one night on a live stream. That's probably one of the best lives Queen has ever done. When we talked about T.I. and Tiny. Ooh, Jesus wept. Shut your mouth. Damn. But seriously, all jokes aside, because this is about abuse. Now, Barry, what is you talking about? Okay, the sex and the cocaine, probably so. Well, people like getting high for a reason, whether they're engaging in sex or not. So let's just keep it real. But as my daddy said, you getting high because you're trying to get the high that you got yesterday, 5 minutes ago. You can't get no higher. That's what people don't understand about smoking crack cocaine, heroin, and all of these other drugs you using. You will never get that high. The high you got when you first got high, you will never get it again. So you can smoke all the crack, meth, fentanyl, cut it up, chew it up, put it in foil, put it in your eyebrows, put it in your hair. Boo-boo. You ain't gonna never get this high again. Because that's the whole point of getting high the first time. The high ain't going to be the same the second time or the third time. So you just chasing that first high. Now, that's what's been told. And I think there's some truth to it. So it don't matter the reason that you started using drugs. You were playing around. Your friends turned you on. Your boss, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Here, try this, try this. Well, you liked it, and you want that feeling again. But that's the point. You can't get it again. So you just gonna keep on till there's no hair, you got sores, the lining in your nose is gone, your throat's messed up, your tongue's messed up, your skin's messed up, you're scratching, you're gnawing, you're throwing up, you're doing this because you can't get the heroin. All them side effects on a high that you cannot get again. Good question. Good point in the chat. Did Puff Daddy use drugs to get this euphoria while having sex, getting off? What was the need of all these different people? Did he ever give somebody venereal disease? I've asked that question too, because nobody wants to talk about this. Everybody wants to talk about everything else. But has he passed a venereal disease? Has he given that girl a venereal disease? Now imagine carrying that with your new husband, boyfriend. Stay woke. Oops. Because you want me to believe a man is sleeping around with all these people, men and women, and he using a condom, and he's been accused of gang raping a girl in 1991. You want me to believe back in 91, he was using condoms? There weren't too many men using condoms in 91 and they were young. Because I was young in 91. Ting. They don't want to use condoms now. Say it again, Queen. They didn't use condoms in 91, and they don't want to use condoms in 24. 30 years later. So you want Queen to believe bra ain't never came up short downtown? And a woman who's had sex with Diddy, she ain't came up short? So what everybody need to be talking about, like I said before in the live from about 2 months ago, everybody need to be going to the clinic to get a damn AIDS test, HIV. Because it's one thing just to be getting old chlamydia, trichomonas. You got herpes, you can't get rid of that. And you get that HIV, you got to now get on meds to try to knock that count down. And you do have some people who have taken the medicine a while, and they've said it doesn't even show in their blood work. But still, all the slumbering and sex, that boy done gave somebody something, somebody done gave him something. And you talking about 4 or 5 people, 6 people in the room having sex with each other, and you want me to believe somebody's taking time to open up a wrapper? Oh, hold on a minute while I pull this condom out. Hell no. You geeked up too? As the young folks used to say back in the day, is you rolling? I might be. Yeah, you rolling and ain't thinking about no damn condom. And you ain't thinking about where you putting your penis, your mouth, nothing. And everybody's slopping juices with each other. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And I'm going to share something with you. In the health department, there's a chart that sits on the wall. The first stick figure is you, me, okay? Number 1. Under the stick figure are more stick figures, okay? And it goes down into like a triangle. When you get all the way to the bottom, it lets you know these are all the people you slept with last night. Are you all following? Or let's just say the person at the top is that person you slept with. So, Pookie Bubba is at the top. You at the top. And you done had sex with Bubba, Susan Mae, whoever, and you didn't use nothing. So the triangle goes down, 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 down. And all of those stick figures, like it's raining, them all the folks you slept with last night when you slept with Peter. So when you slept with Peter last night, you slept with Susie, Sugar Mama, Bubba, Mary, John, Dick, literally 63 folks. Because you don't know who this person slept with. Exactly. Ray. You done slept with Ray. Ray, and Bubba, and John, and Susie, and Mai Tai, and whoever else. 63 people. Yeah, Pookie, he in there too. So that's the point. You sleep with one man tonight. You slept with God knows how many people. Because 1, you don't know how many people he slept with. He doesn't know how many people you slept with. And then you got to count all the other people that they slept with. So the number is higher than 63. Stay well. Thank you for joining me. Let's go into the belly of the beast and let's watch this content, okay? Thank you so much. We'll try to get this content pulled up. 3-part live. Jewish couple in Tennessee fighting for adoption rights. They've been denied from a Methodist children's home in Greenville, but later got the right to foster children. And the state says, well, you were given foster care rights by the state of Tennessee. What you complaining about? Lawsuit not valid. These people feel like the children's home were biased because they're Jewish. Is that right? Was it wrong? What's the truth? I don't know. First of all, let me go take my polls, and then we'll watch the video right quick, and then I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me. 3-part live. Sebastian Rogers, the nonsense pertaining to this case, the he said, the she said, footage of him being seen allegedly not true, guys taking it back, apologizing. He was talking on the phone to the grandmama. She ain't spoke. She ain't said nothing. Decoys, decoys, decoys. Stay woke. That's all this case is about, just like the Summer Wells case. Decoys. And what do I always tell you about a story? Start at the beginning of the story, because that's where the truth lies. And that's Katie Proudfoot. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, let's read the questions from the polls. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to go to my community page and take the polls. We are now approaching hour number 2, 1 hour and 40 minutes. You have joined in this live stream. How satisfied are you with creating posts today? I'm very satisfied, YouTube. Now pay me some damn money. Tell us why. I'll just put easy to post. I ain't got time for all these nonsense. All right, everybody, come on over to the community page and let's get down to business. Let's get down to business now. Two hours ago, I posted. Looked at the Fine Sebastian Rogers Facebook group page, and there's bickering back and forth between commenters about alleged text from Seb to Grandma plus video footage of him on February 26th. Don't y'all see what is going on? These allegations are put out by nutters and Proudfoot enablers, and anything and everything to distract the fact this case is possibly foul play. Every other week, it's new drama with anyone affiliated with the case and UFO rhetoric. Read the fine print, because it's there. Amen. It's there. Exactly. The fine print is there if you just pay attention, everybody. The writing is on the wall pertaining to Sebastian Rogers. Got to stay woke. So far, everything has been gossip about the young man. He said, she said, glasses, pants, so on and so forth. It's bullshit. Somebody is doing this to be meddlesome, whether they know the Proudfoots or not. And yes, I believe they are culpable. If they're not, I stand corrected. I don't have a damn problem with it. All right. Will P. Diddy respond to assault video? 9% yes, 78% no, 8% not sure. He shouldn't want to, feel ashamed. 5%. One commenter. Just go over to my community page. Just go to my channel. You don't have to, there's no link for it, sweetheart. You just go over to my channel. Just go over and hit my face and come over to the community page. Who's replied today? Mystified Margot says, I would imagine that his lawyers would tell him to keep Satan. Also, men who are abusive like him and continue to be so in every relationship will still blame the woman, thus feel they did nothing wrong. I agree. She got a queen from the heart. I mean, she got a heart from the queen. Sorry about that. Getting confused. Getting old up here. Maybe on the computer. There's no link. All you do is go over to my channel, sweetheart. Where you see the Vault XL, you see my face, you hit that. It takes you to my videos, my shorts, the lives, playlist, community, and the store, which I do not have. I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing. Everybody complains so much anyway about everything being about money. So I ain't got no merchandise for y'all to buy. I didn't come to YouTube to do all that. All right. Next question. Is P. Diddy speaking, hanging around, or still doing business with Brendan Paul? This is the white boy that's accused of being the drug mule and having the cocaine in his bag. He now has a 6-month diversion. He's going into a program where he has to obey the rules and regulations in order to get that cocaine felony removed from his record. 6 months diversion. Are they speaking, dealing with each other, and still doing business? Speaking only, 6%. Speaking, hanging only, 3%. Speaking, hanging, and dealing drugs, 48%. A and B, which would be speaking only, speaking, hanging, dealing, Speaking only, speaking and hanging only, that's A and B, 3%. Not sure of either, 39%. So most of you believe Sean and Brendan are speaking, hanging, and dealing drugs. Take the poll. Did P. Diddy pay off drug mule Brendan Paul to take the charge, even though he was given a 6-month diversion program? Did P. Diddy pay the boy off? Yes, 90%. No, 3%. Not sure, 8%. 2 comments. We'll get back to that later. Will P. Diddy continue to get support now that video has been released? Will his fans still support him? Although they have seen the video, he's in the video. 23% yes, 58% no, 6% not sure. Some will still support him, 13%. Will P. Diddy settle other lawsuits since this video has become public? 72% yes, 22% no, 3% not sure. Maybe 1 or 2 he'll pay off, 3%. Did P. Diddy pay Cassie because her lawyer told him they had this video and other receipts? Yes to both. She had receipts plus this video, 96%. No to both, 0%. Not sure, 4%. Other receipts only, 0%. Video only, 0%. Wow, interesting. Will P. Diddy's kids continue to vouch for him now that the video has been released? 61% yes, 26% no, 13% not sure. If you're just coming into this live stream, this is a 3-part live. I get to Puff Daddy last. Sorry about that. One of his sons has spoken allegedly. I'll try to find that content. Did Cassie Ventura have the copy of the video when she filed the lawsuit against P. Diddy? 74% yes, 5% no, 21% not sure. She got it afterwards, 0%. Will the hotel speak on why they hid this P. Diddy Cassie video? Yes, 14%. No, 73%. Not sure, 14%. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you all for voting. I appreciate that. Now that this video has been released of P. Diddy assaulting Cassie, will the district attorney of Los Angeles County, file charges? 76% yes, 14% no, 10% not sure. Will it be revealed who took the $50,000 payment from Diddy to hush the video? Yes, 67%. No, 29%. Not sure, 4%. With this Knox County, Tennessee Jewish couple suing the state of Tennessee for religious bias, that's what's in this live as well, should the church and state be separate? 85% yes, no, 9%, not sure, 6%. So 89% of you believe church and state should be separate. Lord have mercy. All right. As I told you before, a Knox County couple say they were denied foster care services due to their faith, although later they became foster parents. For this reason, the state claims the lawsuit is not valid. They are suing the state because a 2020 Tennessee law says that any private agency can deny an adoption based on moral and religious grounds. Is this law legal or should it be changed? 57% says it should be changed. 13% says no. 30% of you said you are not sure. Dear Lord. Also, serial killer Terry Blair, African-American, 62, died last week in a Kansas prison hospital. Bringing you updates on my community page. John Oates from the Daryl Oates, John Oates group, rock group. John has some legal dispute with his former partner. Don't know what it's about. I never opened it up because I thought, damn, what is it now? Then I got one about a woman found shot dead in her home. Mother of 2, African-American female. Michael Gray has pled guilty to 2 felonies, 2 misdemeanors, and the deaths of his adoptive siblings here in Knoxville, Knox County. He will do 1 year in prison and 7 years supervised probation. Is this the correct punishment? 3% says yes, 97% says no. All right. The state is rested in the Chad Daybell case. Those Indians who came over on that boat where the bridge collapsed, they hit the boat. The boat hit the bridge, They are still stuck here in America. I did not know that. Wow, 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 wow. What a hot mess. Now, when I asked you all about P. Diddy and the lawyer business, did she have receipts? Cassie. And that's why he settled. One person commented. Well, I don't see it now. Well, we'll go up. Thank you all for joining me. How do I get out of this mess? I can't even get out of this damn menu. John O's probably suing Daryl Hall because his music sucks. Oh, stop that. That's not nice. P. Diddy surely staying as far away from him as he can. Huh? Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Penny Pen. I'm trying to find, let me go back to the dashboard. For some reason on this computer, I cannot read the comments. Well, the Queen's at 14,566 subscribers, plus 252 subscribers, 28 days. Thank you all so much for following this network. I don't know what I'm doing. But I can't get out of here. Can't get to the questions for some reason. I don't understand. Show more. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Why it won't take me back to the comments. Let me go to my comments. Let me see. Woo! So many people have commented. Damn. Ding, ding, ding. Community post. I guess that's what I'm looking for. Penny for your thought. You go, girl. Let me see. I don't know how to get out of this thing. For some reason, they won't allow me to look at my question, you all's comments. It's too confusing. I hate computers. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go. Well, it's still not taking me back. What is the deal? Yeah, Mary, where you been? Welcome to the Vault Excel. 3-part live, talking about everything and everything. Sebastian riders, all that nonsense. I hate when you can't say anything, you can't ask questions. Folks get all upset, riled up. Then they want to tell the creator what the hell they can talk about on their own damn channel. It's ridiculous. Some of you just believe anything. I don't believe everything. Just because I ask a question or I make a video about a question or comment, it does not believe I believe that. It's just content. Will P. Diddy respond to the Salt video? One person replied. Well, I already told you that the lawyer would tell him to be quiet. That's if he'll do it. That's the point. I don't believe much. Well, you can't believe anything because, I mean, you got just an assortment of stuff coming out that has not been vindicated, not truthful. To me, it's just like that Roddy Strang nonsense. All that stuff about hats and shirts and certain YouTuber, he was pushing that shirt bullshit and going on and on. Yeah. That's the same one that Tony Mathis and Seth sits up on his channel. I thought, yeah, y'all sitting over there on that channel, but that's the same person that was pushing that nonsense about that damn homeless man wearing that shirt. I'm going to say it because it's the truth. Man, you all follow a person into the abyss, don't give a damn. Did P. Diddy pay off the drug mule to take the drug charge, even though he was given a 6 months diversion? Mr. Brendan Paul. 2 people replied, damn, 100%. Was not expecting that, says Bassett Baby. Queen replies, winky emoji. Some of you believe he did pay him off, paid off the drug mule. So are they still talking, dealing with each other? Will Cassie respond to this video? Because it's bad. It's a real bad video. It's a real bad video. So use your discretion when you watch this P. Diddy video of him beating that girl up. He's a dirty MF. He's just dirty, man. Somebody jamming outside. Will Puff Daddy continue to get support after this video has been released? Oh my God, what video? No judgment. I got a lot going on. Bassett Baby. Bassett Baby, where you been, honey? All right. I told her, watch my last video on CNN. She replies, definitely will. And then I sent her a wink emoji. And somebody's playing country music. What's that all about? Crazy. They call the police on you, then you'll be all right. Okay. Will P. Diddy settle other lawsuits now that his assault video of Cassie is public? Imagine all for stuff he gets away with. Sick as F. Well, he's probably gotten away with a lot of stuff. What's the 411, everybody? Let me turn this nonsense on if I can find it. No, they're gonna end up calling the police, playing all that music loud. CNN Puff Daddy video. Outside. I don't know if it's outside. Sounds like it's right next to me. I know one thing, somebody will end up calling the police because I know people are not going to want to hear all that. Okay, everybody. Okay. Hold on. No sound. I don't know what's going on. I just know the ass gonna get, the police will probably get called because you're disturbing other people.
New surveillance footage obtained exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio. According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which, according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. The complaint goes on to say he grabbed her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her. In the surveillance video, Combs can be seen grabbing Ventura and throwing her to the ground. As Ventura lies on the ground, Combs then kicks her twice and attempts to drag her on the floor back to the hotel room. Ventura is seen picking up a hotel phone. Combs seems to walk back to the hotel room, then returns and appears to shove her in a corner. Moments later, he can be seen throwing an object in her direction. According to Ventura's now settled lawsuit, the pair began dating several years after they met in 2005. They parted ways in 2019. Combs' attorney said the decision to settle was in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Ventura declined to comment on the video, but her attorney told CNN the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light. The video hasn't been seen publicly before and comes on the heels of a series of civil lawsuits alleging Combs' involvement in sex trafficking and sexual abuse. Allegations Combs has repeatedly denied. In a December 2023 statement, Combs responded to the claims in all the lawsuits, saying, "Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged." CNN has reached out to representatives for Combs for comment.
All right. Weigh in. What do you all have to say about the video? Yeah, it's an elderly guy next door. I just went out and somebody said it was an elderly guy. Well, he obviously don't want somewhere to stay, so that's on him. But anyhow, he said some other people were banging, complaining. So he'll probably get a nice little notice tomorrow, Monday. All right. How do you all feel about the video? Do you believe other allegations made by other women and Little Rod, the producer, against Sean Puffy Combs? Is he going to respond? You heard in his commentary that Miss Ventura is not going to respond. She doesn't have to respond. But that's another question I had. Did Puff Daddy ask her to sign a document to never speak again publicly about what he allegedly did to her when she did her agreements or whatever with her lawyer and his lawyer? Did he say, well, okay, I know what I did to you. Please don't talk about it again. I'll pay you the money. Don't know how much he paid her. That's another question. How much money did he pay her? Did she sign an agreement? Pinto
New surveillance footage obtained exclusively.
Sorry. Play it without the commentary. Why was she leaving that morning, everybody? Please check out my live stream from last night where we go into the belly of the beast about this video. This is part 2 of that commentary. He's kicking her, picking up her things, dragging her. What happened in that hotel room? Allegedly, he gave her a black eye, per the report from Law and Crime. Please check out that commentary from Law and Crime. It's in the YouTube queue. I may play it if you'd like to hear that conversation. If not, we can go a little longer, and then I'll check out of here because I'm already at 2 hours. He also threw a vase. What happened in that hotel room? Why did she leave out? The allegation is that he woke up, saw that she was leaving. I believe they had words. She left out in a hurry, and that's when you see her going down the hallway. He chases after her in a towel, and then he puts his hands on her and drags her, tried to drag her back to the hotel. Where were the neighbors? What were they doing? Did anybody come out the room? Did anybody bang on the wall? Did the police ever show up? Why was this video hidden? Who took the payout? Did this person continue to blackmail Puff Daddy? Did he pay more payments and decided to stop paying? Did somebody sell this video? Welcome during the live. Sorry, I'm buffering. Rather than throw him in jail, she looked for well, Bear, this is older content. She brought the lawsuit last year in November. That's years after this incident. She could have sued right after in 2016. This is dated March 5th, 2016. The lawsuit came to public knowledge November of 23. So she had 7.5 years to pay, to try to get him to pay or sue him. So why did she decide to sue him so late? One could wonder. I'm just wondering. She just woke up one day and said, let me get a lawyer. Let me sue him for all the ugly things he's done. Something had to have happened for her to decide to wait so many years to file a lawsuit. You have to admit, 7.5 years, you also have to go find the lawyer, get the lawyer, pay a lawyer, unless he did it pro bono until he got a payment. If he got a payment from Mr. Combs, however, I don't know. Because you know the lawyer had to be paid. I never liked Dirty Diddy. She should have had him charged too. Well, she didn't want to file charges then. If you listen to the commentary, she came back to the hotel to apologize to him. She came back to the hotel to apologize, and the hotel staff turned her away. She finally made it to the lobby after this incident, called a cab, went to her apartment, and returned back. How long was she gone before she returned back to the hotel? Let's go give you a little synopsis on this case. It's disturbing, very disturbing. Hold on, let's see.
A new video has just surfaced of Sean Diddy Combs allegedly beating his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura. This is an immediate reaction to this bombshell video. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Hey everybody, this is a Law and Crime legal alert.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Tracked users' browsing data without...
I thought about that too, sweetheart. Was he in the shower? And he came out. But the allegation is saying that he was asleep and woke up. So was the towel on the bed? He just ran and got the first thing he could find. I said, damn, he couldn't find his drawers? He couldn't find his boxers? Hell, does he even wear underwear? I don't know. Don't really care. I'm just saying.
Been released, obtained, published by CNN, that purportedly shows Sean Diddy Combs of savagely beating his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura. Why does this matter? I'm going to give you context. You know we have been following everything regarding the Diddy saga for the past few months.
Sorry about the buffering. Very good question. Was he in the shower with somebody else? I also asked that during my live last night. Were there other people in the hotel room? Will we get footage to show other people going in and out of the hotel room? Allegedly, this night or morning, he blacked her eye. The video you're watching was during the day. 11:10 a.m. it was filmed. How much was he charged for the damage to the vases in that hallway? Did they tell him not to ever come back to the hotel? Or they said nothing, just charged him for the room, kept it moving? Did someone speak to Sean Puffy Combs from the hotel about the incident? We learned that she returned back to the hotel, you guys, to try to apologize and was turned away by hotel staff. This is crazy. Because it's like, why didn't you just let some time go by and then tried to call him to talk, apologize. Why are you apologizing to somebody beating you up? Allegedly, he blacked her eye that morning or the night before. He was drunk, allegedly, per information from Cassie Ventura. Who else was in the room exactly? Were there other people in the same bed? Did he wake up having sex with somebody else? I don't know. Will we get proof there were other people in the room? Thank you for joining me.
Against it. She settled with him the following day, but doesn't take away from the allegations that she asserted. Allegations of physical, sexual abuse, physical violence, sex trafficking, sexual slavery. We know that he...
Why would they be covering for him? Because he's got somebody else in there. They probably didn't want her coming back because they didn't want any more commotion. Why would I let you come back and you were just getting beat up? That doesn't make any sense. That's a liability. Her coming back into the hotel and he's beating her up. Because naturally she could have sued the hotel for nobody helping her. 11 o'clock in the morning and nobody's checking the rooms. This is the time that most people are checking out of a room. So why was there no hotel staff? Nobody on the floor with a push cart to check the rooms, clean the rooms. Stay woke. Stay woke.
Faces other lawsuits. We know that his houses in LA and Miami were raided by federal agents pursuant to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. But we haven't heard anything really about, major legal updates, major things, major pieces of evidence. Sure, there have been legal filings, but...
My man Ezra's lying without a net so that he could order himself a...
Commercial, sorry about that. Why was she scurrying out of the room? Let's talk about that. Why was she scurrying? What actually happened that morning for her to come out of that room in a hurry with a hoodie on? He could have broken her neck when he threw her to the ground. He's grabbing her things. He's pulling her by the hoodie to take her down the hall. Photographs of her sitting in the hallway, I guess probably in a dazed shock. How long before he started beating her up when she met him? It is alleged that she met Sean Puffy Combs at the age of 19. He was about 37, too old to be with her. Why was he beating this girl up? Naturally, it doesn't matter because there's no reason to be putting your hands on anyone. Why didn't she leave him? How did she meet her husband that she is married to now? What made her decide to start dating this guy, a white guy? Did she ever dibble-dabble back with Sean while dating this guy? Just asking. Asking all the questions. Stay woke. You see her there trying to use the phone on the wall? She should have went down the stairs. Because he would have followed her. He would have known where she went. Could have thought, oh, she's made it to the elevator already. She's already in the elevator. I done went down the stairs. But then the stairs are dangerous because he could have also opened the stair door and heard her trembling down and looked down and saw it was her. He could have followed her down, and that probably wouldn't have been the best place to have an altercation because she could have really ended up hurt worse than she was.
You're going to go through this. There's only, I want to warn you, so much of what we can and cannot show you because this is a very disturbing incident of physical violence. But what it is it actually matches up almost word for word with the complaint that was filed by Cassandra Ventura. I want to bring in right now Tracy Walder, former CIA and FBI agent, frequent contributor here on Sidebar, and also national security contributor here on News Nation. Tracy, your immediate reaction to seeing this, because it is absolutely gut-wrenching and incredibly disturbing to see, in my opinion. What do you think?
I could not agree with you more. It was shocking, quite frankly. It's not that I ever dismissed any.
Let me try to read to you all what they said happened.
Sexual encounters that was described in this lawsuit where Diddy would force Cassandra Ventura to essentially have sexual relations with men in front of him during an FO at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles. Mr. Combs becomes extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. After he fell asleep, Miss Ventura tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her.
Pay attention to the details. March 16th, allegedly this was during a freak off. FO is what they call it, Intercontinental Hotel, Century City, Los Angeles. Mr. Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. After he fell asleep, Miss Ventura tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her, grabbed her to the glass, took glass vases in the hallway and threw them. They crashed all around her. Let's talk about that. Why didn't she leave as soon as he fell asleep? Why would you wait until daylight savings to leave? Some people are going to have a problem with that. He's already blacked your eye, pissy drunk, falls asleep. Why not just leave? Why didn't she leave when he first fell asleep? She could have gathered her things and left before daylight came. Went home and never looked back. Stay woke, everybody. Why did she stay until morning? Was she also inebriated, drunk? Don't know. Inebriated, punched this lady in the face, is what the claim is in her lawsuit. Stay woke. Does P. Diddy engage with men? Well, I would say he probably does. Now, you have some men who don't mind having their woman sleep with another man when they do their menage a trois or their group sex. They like watching their women have sex with men. They get off with that, but they don't necessarily sleep with the men. But it has been alleged that he acts towards a way that he's interested in men. He likes to touch. And allegedly, Lil Rod says he woke up one morning in the bed with P. Diddy and other people, and he was disoriented, wandering around the house. So some people are going to question. You had to be obviously in a king-size bed. So to have more people in the bedroom, don't know how many people were in that bedroom that Lil Rod woke up to, but he alleges Sean was in the same bed when he woke up. So people are going to just assume naturally Sean probably was having sex with him, her, him, those, this one, that one. And Mr. Bonds has said, his former head of security, in a news interview recently, that he did see strange men go into hotel rooms with Sean Puffy Combs. But he does not have proof that he human trafficked women or forced himself physically, sexually on a woman. But as I said, you're not going to have proof of that, because why would he want to do that in front of you? He wouldn't. Some could say, well, he's lying. But I thought, well, why lie about that? Human trafficking. He's already said he's seen strange men going to hotel rooms with him. That's incriminating in itself, because people are going to assume, well, was he sleeping with the men, or it's just for the women that he brought in? But this is goes to show you he likes to watch sex. He likes to watch people have sex. He doesn't just want to watch sex on a video, a monitor, a computer, a DVD. He wants to visually be in the room watching people have sex. Human traffic himself. Well, he could have. Prostitution, it's all the same. He's paying people to have sex, so it's prostitution. I don't think they use that word prostitution anymore. I think they use it as human trafficking. But the point is It's no telling what he was doing in those rooms. In the end, what you do behind closed doors is your business. But if you're paying people for sex, the law says it's illegal. So you want to have sex in brothels or engage in prostitution, you have to do it in a brothel setting, which is only legal, from my understanding, in the state of Nevada. You cannot pay someone to have sex with you nowhere. Naturally, it's the best kept secret. And the only time somebody's going to know is if you kiss and tell, or it's an operation, undercover operation, and there are decoys dressed as prostitutes, but they are law enforcement. And I think he took a big gamble to be hiring anybody to come in to have sex with him, her, them, those, and not even think that this person could be an undercover agent or police officer. This is why you know he's brazen and he doesn't care about himself. He doesn't care about other people. He never cared for Cassie. He doesn't care about anybody because he never even thought that he could be hiring an undercover that was doing a sting. Okay? Police officers, detectives do go undercover. Detectives do go undercover for prostitution, fraud, all type of things. So whether he was hiring these men and women from agents, from agencies, or just they were putting up profiles on back pages or some type of website, you still taking a chance because you don't know if that's the real person. Just saying. Could just be an ad and don't even show a face. But set it up and then you say, well, I'll send you my picture once I get, a prepayment or, I don't know how it goes. I ain't really trying to get into all that because you can go on and on with the who, the where, the what's, the whys and all that. But he is a dirty bird. He's an abuser. He uses drugs. And so I'm not going to sit here and think that he's not the type of person that wouldn't force somebody into sex, gang rape. Why not? Because you had a young guy who just got arrested at the airport with you trying to board your plane with drugs. 25-year-old white boy, that don't look good. So then you got to ask yourself the role that white boy played in dealing with him, Brendan Paul, how long he's known him. They said he was an assistant. So when did he stop working for Sean Puffy Combs? Did he ever have sexual relations with him? Did he ever participate in the freak-offs? See, you got to ask all those questions. So you got a man that likes to film you. It is against the law to film anybody without their knowledge, sex or no sex. So he films people, he bribes people, he threatens people, he's physically violent, he also uses drugs. I've named 5 things negative about Sean Puffy Combs on one hand. I don't need to go over to the other hand and start counting anything else. Because there ain't too much left but group sex, paying for prostitutes, and homosexuality. There's nothing else left except for murder and some woman who's known in Hollywood to give the tea on black musicians and entertainment. Jaguar is her name. Allegedly, she's claiming that he's murdered somebody. Don't know if that's true or not, but all I can say is she might want to be very careful with information because he's still a multi-millionaire, billionaire. He can do anything he wants, pay somebody off to pay you a little visit. So everybody needs to keep that in mind because what's going to be interesting is the person who gave up the tape to CNN News. Who is this person? How many copies were made? Have they been continuously blackmailing Sean Puffy Combs from 2016 to the present? Will Sean respond to the video? Will we hear that he's involved with other videos of beating, hurting people, conversations of bribery, coercion, violence? What's next? I'm going to get off this live because this background noise is turning me off and I don't want it in my live stream. But I thank you all for joining me. I will bring you more content pertaining to the who, the where, the what, the why of the Sean Puffy Combs storyline. I'll bring you an update pertaining to the Jewish couple suing the state of Tennessee for biasness from this Methodist group home, children's home that they are suing for biasness because of their religion. And also Sebastian Rogers, more nonsense and rhetoric playing out on Facebook and YouTube pertaining to this boy child, false information, lies, decoys, distractions. That's the latest. Thank you all so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. You have been listening to The Vault XL. Thank you.